I'm gonna deck your halls, bub.
No!
Hello everybody. Hi, how you doing? All right, I have something very special in store for you today. As you can see, I am very excited for three simple reasons. Oh my goodness, I am so excited to have this finally on my review table. I can't tell you how excited I am. I have been looking for this thing. In case you haven't noticed, this is the X Plus Toho Large Monster Series King Ghidorah 1968. Ah, damn! I'm so happy I finally found this thing. This thing is amazing. Like, just look at it. All right, review's over. Bye. Okay, calm down. Whew! Man, what can I say about this thing that hasn't already been said? King Ghidorah is amazing. Like, there's so much detail and craftsmanship that went into this. Like, wow. Now, before I get right into the figure, I just want to say this thing is massive, so I gotta talk about the box, which is equally massive. I'm just gonna put King Ghidorah over here to the side for 1 second and pull up his ginormous box. This beast of 1,000 boxes. Oh gosh. Oh, this is the box. This is pretty big box. This is like the classic X Plus Toho Large Monster Series boxes, like especially for those really huge figures, like you're gonna see like with Rodan and Kumonga. So up here on the front, you can see I'm trying to make sure I don't knock anything off this. So as you can see up here, we have King Ghidorah silhouetted black and white, or black and brown because it's a brown box. But up here you can see it says Toho Kaiju Series King Ghidorah. Yeah, 1968. Yeah, so that's basically it. You know, you have previews exclusive logo down here in the corner, X Plus Garage Toy logo up here, and the little Godzilla sticker says 2016. This is the diamond reissue, so it's not the white box as I've seen before. This is the diamond reissue. So this is still a really good box. It's not gonna make any difference from the other box, aside from just the color. And on the back, you know, you have all your legal jargon right there. It says, for you ages 15 and up. Yeah, don't let kids near this. I feel really nervous touching this thing. Like I'll get to that in a second why, but like I gotta mention that this thing is completely fragile. Like I'll get into that. So like most people, I like to actually open it from the bottom. I taped it up. Now because this figure is so fragile, it does need a special kind of housing inside. Inside is a styrofoam housing so it can hold it in place and keep it safe for any of those rough bumps on the road or on the way to your doorstep. You know, you don't want to have a really bad box day. I've had some bad box days, but this was not one of them. This was one of the better ones. I couldn't be happier that this thing got to my doorstep. And the 3 pieces it was supposed to be in, which was the 2 wings and the main body. Man, I couldn't tell you how nervous I was. I was spewing stuff all over the place from nervousness. I was like, ah! Yeah. So anyways, that's the box. Now back to the figure. I'm pretty curious. Let's see how big this guy actually is. This guy is 19 inches on this side. I know that the left wing is a little bit more lopsided than the right wing, so I'm going to measure that side right now. This one's actually right on the dot, 19. The other one was a little close, so I just rounded it up. But this side is actually close. It's right on the 19-inch dot. It's right there. Wow, that is massive. You know what, now I'm curious. Let me see how big the box is, because I want to make sure you guys get set. I want to take care of you people. I want to make sure you guys know what you're getting into with this figure. Sorry, I'm pulling it back up. I thought I was done with it, but apparently not. This box is about 23.5 inches tall. So yeah. That is its height, people. It is 23 inches tall. That is almost 2 feet. He's a big boy. A big boy. And he weighs a lot too. He's not like dem hollow X pluses, you know, like those Godzillas or Angirases or Rodans. He's pretty hefty. He's got a good heft to him, especially down here in the middle, on the middle waist and then downwards. Like he's got some weight to hold him down. I can see why, because you know you want to be able to have all that good sturdiness to it, so it doesn't topple over or just like fall from shelf. You know, if this is top shelf worthy. Like, if you're not putting this on your top shelf, you're insane. It's funny, because this thing's kind of like a Frankenstein, you know. They made this thing with the notion that they don't want the wings to sag. So they made it with plastic. Like, these wings are made out of plastic here. I'm going to pull this off for a second. Also, I'm going to show you how this goes in, so don't worry about that. I'm just going to pull this off for a quick second. That's plastic. This is hard plastic. So they're using this so that way the wings don't slouch and there's... Ooh, actually it's kind of nice. Ooh, yeah. You do want to be careful with these because these are the most fragile things on this entire figure, the wings. They are beautiful, but, you know, and really super gold. I don't know if... yeah, look how flashy that is. Ooh, look at that glare. Anyways, here, let me flip this around. I'll show you how this goes in. So I do recommend heating the back of this up. I hit this again. This thing is just so huge. I'm going to try and do this as best I can. See if I can do this. Hopefully this isn't a disaster. Just making my way downtown. Okay, so here we are. So right here, there's a little area. This will be your wing spot. So right here on the wing, you see that there are 2 tabs that are gonna slot into these holes in the back. There are 2 little holes in the back. They're gonna slot in just like this. You don't want to force this in. If it's not going in, stop immediately, grab a hairdryer, and just go to town with that. Heat it up until this thing is just soft as it can be, and push this in. If there's a little bit of a gap, then that's fine. You know, that's totally fine. And there we go. Just like that. Mine's used to being in there, so it just slides in and out with ease. And insert inappropriate joke there. So yeah, those wings are made of plastic. There's hard, super hard, thick vinyl in the legs, as I said before. And I don't know if these are the same with mine, but with the other editions, I have heard that to keep these from slouching, I would imagine it's the same. You know, I wouldn't see any other reason why it wouldn't be the same. But how to keep the necks from slouching, X Plus actually decided to put a rod in the necks to keep them from wavering in the heat. But anyways, I want to talk about the sculpt now. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Like, gosh, I love every detail of it. Like, for real, there's a certain charm to King Ghidorah that I've always admired, and it's one of his things is his style and his look. Like, it's just, man, this guy has some swagger on him. Like, really, like. One thing I want to stress about this thing is that this is not a mold of the creature itself. This is a mold of the suit. And how you can tell that is actually in the back, there's a seam for the suit actor who would climb in and out of the suit in between takes. You can see right there running down the middle of the spine and all the way down to about right here towards the where the tails begin. So anyways, let me tell you about the sculpt. Man, I absolutely love this. You can see every single scale on this guy. Wow, like, jeez. Even down to the feet. Like, don't worry, I'll have shots of this where you can see everything and you can tell exactly what I'm talking about. Man, I love these plates underneath his neck where you can actually see them fold into each other, one down right from the other. It's so funny because these actually look like slats, you know, just, they're, here, look. They are like panels on top of other panels flowing over each other, and I love that. I absolutely love that. I never noticed this, but he has a little bit of a hunchback. I was just looking at that while I was looking at... I can't look at this guy and not think about all these other features that are on him. Like, I really can't. Like, when I look at him, there's always something new I notice every single time. Like I didn't notice those horns on his chin. Huh. He has chin horns. The little chin horns and stuff. The horns are made of rubber. if you can believe it. They're made of rubber, so they can be bent and have a little bit more action to them, so that way you don't have to worry about them breaking. It's really cool, because I found that I find it really useful, because sometimes I'll bump into things, not while I'm holding just this, but like with anything. I'll just bump into things, and it's really useful when, say I have this on the top shelf, and it's like, since it's really tall, you know, you're gonna be kind of close to the ceiling. It's helpful in that aspect, so that way they don't break. See, look, I'm just kind of flicking it a little bit. I give it a good old flick, 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 flick. Look at the flick of that horn. Look at the flick of that horn. Oh gosh, and the detail on the face. Oof, oof. I didn't even know he had spikes on his face in front of his eyes, or on the top of his head. Like, I knew he had that crescent-shaped horn and the tube protruding from above his eyebrows and stuff. But man, I didn't know he had some on his eyebrows. His eyes are bloodshot red. I love the detail in his mouth. You know, I love how his teeth are actually gold, along with the his skin color. That's incredible. There is a lot of detail on the top of his mouth, the roof, and even underneath the tongue. I don't want to lift up the tongue because I don't want to break it, but man. Oh. Oof. Oof. Super oof. Oh. Omega oof. Oof. This guy is gorgeous. Oof. Oof. This guy is gorgeous. The spikes look like they have creases in them. Kind of like scale shaped, but like they look like they've been like carved in a way where they look a little different. They don't look smooth or anything like you would see in like a different kind of spike. The mane is a little funny too. I love how the mane doesn't look like a mane. It kind of looks like, well, it kind of looks like a mane. Like you know it's the mane if you know the character. You know it's his mane. It's just that it doesn't look like hair. So I've always found it kind of weird. It looks like it's a little clumped up, but I wouldn't have it either way. It's still a staple of the character, the mane. You know, I can't imagine King Ghidorah without his mane, or like at least like the crown of horns or anything around his face. I love the detail on his wings. Like these scales on his wings, they are perfect. When you put those wings into the body, man, they blend in really well. And if there's a gap, don't worry about it. That's fine. If you're one of those people who customizes their X Plus figures and makes it look more accurate by fixing those gaps, then by all means, go forth and do that. I can't do that. I can't do anything like that for the life of me. I'm not that creative. Even after the scales end, it has all these little creases and divots going all the way up. You can feel it. It's like all rigid and everything. Oh, I love it. It feels like it's chipping paint, but it's actually not. It's not. Trust me. It's not chipping paint. It's just, it's a little wobbly. Oh, it's a table. I got so scared for a second. Woo! My floor is uneven a little bit. But yeah, man. Even the way the wings wave, like they're like, it looks like they're flowing in the wind, and I love that. I love how insanely detailed this guy is. Holy goodness, like, holy Jeebus. Oh, Jeebus. Like, I love how all of this is just running down his back and onto his tails. Wow. Even I don't even know what you would call these on his tails. The fins on his tail. No, they're not spikes. They're kind of wavy, like almost like feathers in a way, but they're not feathers either. They're really, it's interesting. I don't know what you would call these, but yeah, they're formed really, really well actually. Wow, I didn't even notice that. They're bent down a little bit, like how they were in the movie when Gorosaurus was about to bite down his tail and everything, and then he did, and then, you know, he's like, And you know, speaking of noticing things, I can't even see any seams on this guy. Like, I know people were saying things about the seams really being visible, but I don't see any on mine. Aside from like the wings where you have to put them in, like, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. I don't even see the seam for the jaw. Well, a little bit if you really, really look at it. Now, going into the paint, I have heard that there is some issue amongst people with the paint, but honestly, in my opinion, I have no ill will towards the paint. I think it's actually really cool. I like how it's shiny. I like how it's so gold. I do wish, though, that it might be a little bit saturated. The color should be a little bit brighter, because when I think of King Ghidorah, I think of like this bright, godly, shining creature. And here, he might be a little dull, for my taste at least, but you know, I think it looks great. I think the paint looks great. He has really good features, a lot of good depth to him, and you know, everything's painted evenly. He has even coats everywhere. And he has a lot of really good highlights too. say, the highlights of the wings on the wings are just incredible. Like, they give it so much depth. It gives it so much weight as well. Like, you can really feel like these things are opposing, and they're huge and massive, and they're gonna blow you away with their hurricane winds. It really brings a presence to your shelf. Like, you really feel the gravity of King Ghidorah with this figure. Like, he is absolutely stunning. I can't believe that there is actually this much detail in such a capacity that it's just blowing my mind. You know, it just... He does have darker tones on the face. I do wish that they didn't use as many dark tones and kept his face a little lighter, but I can see why they did that, because they wanted everything else to stand out in the face too, like the eyes. The eyes are bloodshot red, and they're really incredible to look at. I feel like he's staring right at my soul when I look at them. But they pop when you look at his face, and I appreciate why they did that. Why they made his face darker, so the eyes pop more, so you can see more of his expression, his features, you know? And that's really cool. I think that there's so much of that detail in this figure that it makes everything about it kind of invalid. Like, if you have any arguments against this figure, it's kind of invalid almost. Like, I'm not saying you're not being validated or anything, but, you know, it's just, man, like, I can't find anything really wrong with this figure other than some of the previous complaints, maybe a nitpick at the paint, but that's about it. There was, well, no, I can't say that. There is something that I do have to touch upon that I wish hadn't happened. When I got this figure, it wasn't broken, but it did come a little squished. And I'll include pictures to show you what I'm talking about. At the bottom of the tail, it is absolutely squished in. I have done the blow dryer trick about 10 times now, and I can't get this thing to stop being squished in. Like, I'm gonna try and show it as best I can. The tail right here is just being squished in and everything. Like, I can't fix that. I've tried everything. The only thing I haven't tried is boiling water. I'm thinking about it. So I've done that before. I've done that with other figures, like my 30cm Gorosaurus, which, you know, it helped a little bit, but not a whole lot. Besides that, and a few minor nitpicks, I think this figure is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. If you haven't, you need to pick this guy up. I can't stress enough how much of a presence he brings to your shelf. He will literally dwarf every single one of your figures, and he will, like, he's bigger than, like, the wings are just so massive. They're bigger than some of my 30cm, man. They're taller than Ghidorah, my 30cm Ghidorah. Here, I'll even bring that out for a size comparison. I have him right here. Hold on 1 second. Unfortunately, I don't have any other 25cm right now, but hopefully in the future I'll be getting more to that. But here's my 30cm Ghidorah. Right there. I want to make sure these are propped up nicely. And as you can see, yeah, look at him. He's f***ing dwarfed. Like, yeah, he's taller than the heads, but, you know, like, the wings, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's how big Ghidorah is. If you have one of these guys, then like, man, he's just a big boy. He's just a big boy, man. He's perfect. What are you waiting for? Take your wallet, beat it until he throws out money at you, and use that money to go buy yourself a Ghidorah, because it is absolutely worth it. I can't wait until I can get my hands on the other Ghidorahs, like the 2001 GMK Ghidorah, the Kaiser Ghidorah. Was that the only Ghidorah? If I'm missing one, I'll put one up right now. But I know that they're announcing that new 64 Ghidorah. That looks cool, but I don't know if I want to get that right now. I have this one, and that's close enough for me. I think I'm okay right now with skipping on that 64 Ghidorah. I don't know, if something changes, you know, I'll review it if I get it, but if I don't get it, then I'm not gonna do it. You know, I can't. I mostly got this guy because I wanted to do my diorama of Damn. Like, I really wanted to complete that. And this guy's the first entry right now. I wanted to get the biggest one out of the way, the big bad guy of the movie, the one that fights all the other monsters, and you know what? I'm happy with him. He's great. You know, I absolutely love the paint app. I love the sculpt. Everything about him is ultimately superb. Like, he is exquisite in every sense of the word. Like, I can't stress enough. If you want this guy, you gotta get him. Like, he's worth the money. He was worth it for me, and I was on the fence for a long time because of some of the stories I heard. But you know what? They fixed a lot of issues with the packaging and everything. If you're still on the fence about that, then I can tell you right now, it's safer now to get this guy than it was when he first came out. A lot of it's changed, and they're taking a lot more care with how they package these figures now. You know, these bigger ones are being packaged with styrofoam, and that's a lot safer than the plastic housing that this guy originally came in. And I can tell you right now that it's really worth it. It really is. But anyways, that is my review of the X Plus Toho Large Monster Series King Ghidorah 1968. I hope you enjoyed it, and please, please, for the love of X Plus, get this figure. You need it. If you want this, if you've been on the fence, I can tell you right now, please put that aside, get it. This guy is incredible. He really is. He is shelf worthy. I know if you've heard things and you're on the fence about it, don't worry about it. It's a lot safer now to get this guy than it was when he first came out. I can tell you honestly. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back next time, and hopefully we can get this guy, we can get this whole thing closer to the finished diorama, which I am setting up, and I can't wait for it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta get to a big project. Thank you so much. I am Chrome Kaiju 3000. I am part of Kaiju Outlet. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time. I can't wait to see you there. Bye. Now you finally have a home. My king. One down, 10 to go.